What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here with Mo and Jay. Thank you guys so much for the support on the recent videos and TikToks. Today, we're each gonna come up with a couple, like 2 or 3 hot takes, and we're just gonna discuss them, man. That's simple. I believe Jay is gonna start us off. So, what's your first hot take?
Yeah, so my hot take, I actually formed this based on some of the events that are happening tonight. The night we're recording this video, Joel Embiid just scored 70 points. And Karl Anthony Towns just scored 62 points. So I think that's the first time two players have scored 60 points on the same night since sometime in the 70s. I think I saw a stat. So my first hot take, is that I believe a player will score 80 plus points either this season or next season.
Ooh, I actually like that hot take a lot. That's very
Is the
interesting.
last time that happened Kobe?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
only time except him and Will. Here are the only ones who've broken 80.
I'm trying to think of some candidates. Obviously, Embiid, because
I
I'll
could
put
see
Embiid up.
Luca doing it. I could see Luca doing that too.
Yeah.
Embiid, Luca.
This is sad to say. I would have said Steph maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I don't know how I feel about that answer now.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I think Donovan Mitchell before like Garland or Mobley comes back, like he's proven he can drop. I think he dropped 70 last year.
71, I think.
Yeah, Booker's team is too stacked. I don't think he could reach that type of number again.
This might be an interesting one, but I think LeBron is gonna do it like a crazy game for his last game, like the Kobe
Oh,
farewell
okay.
tour, bro. Like LeBron's farewell tour last game of the season, he's just gonna go for like 100, bro. Just shoot the ball every single time he touches it.
I would love to see that, honestly. We've never really
I would
seen
too.
LeBron like Chuck for a full game, so
I would too. Like zero, I'm talking like zero assists, bro. Zero passes the entire game. Every time he touches the ball, just letting it fly.
yeah, that'd be fun. Again, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have any. I'm not sure who's gonna do it. I think it might be anyone in like the top 20 or 30 players. You know, sometimes guys just go off, but I
Tyrese
think
Maxey.
Embiid, I, I think Embiid is definitely the prime candidate just based on what he's doing right now. So
I like
My
these
hot take
takes.
is similar to yours. Johan, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give your hot take like a 6. I think it's pretty hot. It's pretty lukewarm. You're
yeah,
getting hot there. You're getting
That's
hot.
fair.
optimistic.
Uh, my first hot take was again about Joel Embiid, since especially after scoring 70 tonight. I think he's shutting everyone up. Proving all the haters wrong. And my hot take is Joel Embiid will go down as a top 15 player at the end of his career.
I literally told you he was gonna say this. Dude, we were memeing you before the call. I said you were going to say that he was top 10, top 15. I mean, yeah, I think it's possible based on what he's doing individually, the statistics he's put up. He just needs to get accolades and win a ring, bro. Like that's really all it is. He needs to win
That's
multiple
true, but
championships.
see, for me, if a player like Karl Malone can be debated as a top 15, top 20 player, I don't see why a guy like Joel Embiid can't.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Malone's not my 15, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no,
So,
I'm just saying, like, but some people's list he is, and he's like even close to like the higher tens or
yeah.
teens. So that's why I don't think this take is it's hot, but it's nothing crazy.
It's tough. He 100% will need at least one ring for that to be true. I feel like because you're not gonna rank him over Jokic or Dirk or Garnett, the one ring guys, if he doesn't win any rings. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I can see it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I think for me right now, all if he literally just finishes the season like I think he's going to win the MVP if he keeps it up, finishes the season, wins the MVP, wins the ring, and wins the finals MVP. Like that would already put him in my top 20, probably. Because
hmm
Jokic and Giannis are already in my top 20. So that would basically, they'd all be like neck and neck right there if he wins a ring. So I could see it 100%.
If he does do all that in one season, I think that will go down as like one of the single greatest seasons of all time for a player.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
I'll give that I'll give that an 8. It's pretty hot. Just because
Ooh, 8.
respect to Embiid, just we haven't seen it yet in the playoffs. Like last year was not an abomination. Like they almost beat the Celtics, but
It was an abomination, bro. We were up. We should have won that series. That
Yeah.
was an abomination. I'm not gonna like deny that as a Sixers fan. That was just pathetic.
okay. We'll go on to mine. Start with my least hot take. I think Scotty Barnes. I've always flopping around with like who's the best player, who's going to be the best player from this draft, 2021, and I think I'm landing on Scotty Barnes. I always thought it was Cade or maybe even Mobley at times. Like it's like a rotating door, but I think Scotty Barnes in the next like 5 years will be the best player in that draft.
I
That's
like that
solid.
take.
Is that a hot take?
I would say a little bit just because I think most people would pick Cade, but I think Scotty is definitely, I think right now he's the best out of everyone. Like he's playing the best.
Personally,
obviously
I'm not
he's-
picking Cade. I think I'm on like more of the Mobley side here, but I could see Scotty being talked as one.
And obviously he's not there yet, especially defensively. But like, I think he could be like a Draymond Green type player, but much more talented offensively. Like not even close. And the defense is already, and the playmaking's pretty close already, I'd say. So like, I think Scotty Barnes is gonna be like one of those really prominent players in a couple years.
I can see it.
Solid. Yeah, I mean, I'd give that like a 4. I don't know. I don't feel like that's that hot. I think that's like room temperature.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I agree.
Yeah, but
You
it's
know,
it's a good way to start it off.
in our opinions, we all said we're gonna go from like our least hottest take to our hottest take. So far, like I think we're all starting off pretty lukewarm, but I expect some build up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go ahead and give my second one. I think my second one and my third one are pretty similar in hotness, but let me just tell y'all something. This is a hot take that I truly believe in. I think Victor Wembanyama right now, at this current moment in time, is a top 20 NBA player. And by the end of next season, he'll be top 10. And by the end of year 3, he will be top 5. I think by the end of year 3, he'll be entering top 5 MVP conversations, as long as he has a good team around him.
Okay,
Uh,
you said top 20. I'm just trying to think of like people
You think it's
that are
top
around
20
it.
right now?
Right now, he's top 20.
Oh my dude, no. I don't know about that. I could see your future predictions being true. Like I could see him being the top 10, the top 3, like 5 next and 2 more years after that. But right now, top 20, dude, I don't know.
Dude, here's the thing. He had a very rough start to the season. He was shooting like 40%, not really averaging a lot of points. Obviously, his teammates weren't passing him the ball. But in the past 10 games, I have the stats pulled up. He's averaging 24.4 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 3.1 blocks.
For the
In
season?
No, in the last 10 games. In
Okay.
It's like the new year.
25 minutes per game, and he's shooting 54% from the field. That's in his last 10 games without the basketball terrorist Jeremy Sohan playing point guard. He has a real point guard now in Trey Jones passing the ball. And I think if you get someone like Trey Young, who is, in these trade rumors circulating right now, you get him a real point guard that can pass him the ball and like open up the floor for him. I think he can easily average like 30, 15, and 4 sooner or later.
It's kind of connected to one of my other takes.
That's kind of a
But
crazy
okay,
take.
I'm just really quickly on the ringer right now. I just
I
looking
was
at
looking
like,
at that list. I was looking
Yeah.
at that list. He's like 50 something, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I think this was made like, I don't know if this is like a fluent thing, but just quickly, I'm just gonna name like 15 through 20 because I think like we can all agree Butler, Davis, and like Halliburton are all better than Wemby right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna go down a little.
Yon, you
tell me
cannot
when-
say yes with the hesitation there. You were like,
Here's a-
yeah.
Dude, I think he might be better than Jimmy Butler. Like, I'm gonna be straight up.
Dude, get out of here, bro.
I'm
No,
gonna be
he's not.
straight up.
No,
Regular
he's not,
season,
bro.
100%. We need to see this guy in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler, like, yeah, he's a good player, but like, I mean, okay.
He's a great player, bro. He's
That's
just coasting
understating.
the regular season. He's a
I'm
playoff
kind of a
demon, bro.
Jimmy
Put
hater.
Victor on that team. He's taking them to the finals. I'm telling you.
Oh,
bro.
to Jimmy. Jimmy did the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Victor would do the same. He would do the same.
I don't know about that, but okay.
All right,
Well, name the other guys here.
Starting at 15, they have De'Aaron Fox, Fox or Wemby.
Fox.
Wemby.
And again, I'm taking no. You have
don't
to
hate
take
it.
account no potential. Like you're saying, like right now.
I'm
Yeah,
literally
right now.
saying.
Right
now.
at-
I'm taking
right
Fox, bro.
now,
That's-
bro.
Okay, keep going on the list, bro. Keep going on the list. That's crazy.
Wemby or Dame.
Dame.
Wemby. Dame's
this
number
dude's
2, bro.
You're such a
Dame-
rider, bro.
Dame is not even the best player on his team anymore. He's kind of washed, in my opinion.
Oh, Wemby or Edwards.
Ooh, that's a good one, actually. That's a really good one.
I would say Ant. I think Ant's better than the 2 players you listed before him.
I would say Anthony Edwards here too. Still,
I think that's close, though.
This is a good one because of the position. Bam.
Wemby, all day. That's
I
not even
think I-
close.
I might agree.
I think
with
I
that.
agree. I agree with
Like-
that actually.
Okay, thank you. See, now it makes more sense because you're comparing positions, but I'm telling you, Wemby is better than those cats, bro. Like, it's just, he didn't start. He's finding his
Ed.
groove right now.
Out of curiosity, who's the 10 through 14 that was enlisted? Because there's a lot of players that like I feel like this list was made before the season, and there's a lot of guys that stepped it up or like
You
proved a
want to
lot
hear
of people
10 for
wrong.
14?
Yeah,
LeBron, Kawhi, Halliburton, Davis, and Butler.
dude. Yeah,
I
there's
think
no way.
I think
There-
everyone except Jimmy is better than him right now. Out of those players listed.
There's players that are not listed on there. Like I would take Paul George over Wembanyama. I would take James Harden right now over Wembanyama. Harden's been
Oh, hell
playing
no.
really, really. No,
Hell
dude,
no.
you cannot say. Okay, fine. I'll continue my list. I will. Shay's probably not in that top 10 either. Is he?
He's in the top 10.
Okay, he's in the top 10. I don't know when this list was made. I would take Tyrese Maxey over Wembanyama right now.
No,
Nope.
Yes.
no way
Yes.
in hell.
Yes, I would.
Nah.
I would.
When you got Embiid on your team, you're not even Embiid's getting double, triple team the whole time. Maxey's getting easy shots. Like, nah.
Three more quick ones on the list. Ja Morant or Wemby?
Wemby.
Ja.
I'll go with Ja.
You're such a rider, bro. You are such a rider, yo.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, in 2 seasons' time, when this man is in the Western Conference Finals or the finals, you guys will be looking at this and you'll be like, damn,
Dude, okay.
I'm seeing
Yeah. Your future predictions, I don't hate. I could totally see that being true, but right now, top 20 is crazy, bro.
you don't
And
see
it's
the
just
vision.
very tough to see for someone to be in like the top 20. I feel like they have to have somewhat of like a competitive record. And this isn't Wemby's fault at all, but like the Spurs, they're pretty trash, and the West is so competitive.
Yeah, that makes. I mean, if you're factoring team success into it, that's fine. But I'm talking about like mostly stats and just kind of the eye test. Like when I watch these games, like who do I actually think is better at basketball? I think it's Wemby, bro. Like he could literally just do everything. He's only being limited right now by his minutes and his touches. Like I genuinely think that's the limiting factor. It's not his skill.
But honestly, I don't hate it. I feel like not to Wemby's extent, but like guys have come in the league first 1 or 2 years, and they've been like top 20 guys, like Shaq, LeBron, and I guess Wemby's just one of those guys. So it's not a bad take.
I like
stand
it.
by it. I stand by it.
I'll
would
give it a
give that
7.5.
I'd give it an 8. The reason it's not higher is because I like your future predictions. It's just that you saying top 20 right now really gets it hot. You're kind of steaming right now, Johan. You're steaming. Starting to boil. All right, my next take, again, it's about another 76er, about my favorite player in the league. I said Tyrese Maxey will end his career as a lifelong 76er, will be in multiple MVP conversations, and will win multiple scoring titles.
I like the Sixer for life part. I don't scoring titles, bro. I don't know.
If you think he'd be a lifelong Sixer, do you think Embiid's gonna leave at some point, or do you think it's gonna?
I think Embiid's gonna retire. Embiid's like 31 right now, dude. Embiid's 31, 32.
He's 29, bro.
He's not 29. He's not 29.
I literally just googled. He's 29.
Really? I swear to
All
God,
my
Embiid was
life,
older than
yeah.
that.
I was curious too because when you were talking about Embiid, I'm like, how old is this guy? He's 29.
Oh, he is 29. Holy shit. I didn't even think he was that. That's still pretty young then. But still,
Yeah.
lifelong 76er. Embiid, Maxey is 22 or 23 right now. So he's got a lot of time ahead of him. Embiid's got maybe another 10 years in my opinion. Another 8 good years, 10 total years, in my opinion.
But you think
So-
so? In that case, you think Maxey's gonna like they're gonna do like a passing of the torch kind of thing?
Yes, I do think so. Embiid will still be a great player, but I think Maxey will go to that 1A spot.
I don't think Maxey will ever really be in serious MVP talk. Like, how many guys per year would you say like should be in serious? Like 5? Is that what you're saying? Like he'll be top 5 in voting?
Yeah, and like you know how like when I'm saying like MVP conversation, you know how like Joakim Noah was in that MVP conversation. What was it back in 2014? Like
Yeah.
that place, like no one's gonna be like, oh, this guy was an MVP type player, but he's gonna be in that conversation every single year, or like in conversations at least.
He's
I'm not
definitely
saying
talented
Joakim
enough.
Noah is conversations for MVP every year, but you get what I'm saying with that point.
I just feel like the league is too talented now, especially in that age group Maxey is in. There's just so many guys that are like gonna be pushing for that MVP, but he'll be outside of the race, I think.
Yeah.
The reason why I think he will be Ed is because all these young guys, you know, around Maxey's age group, they don't have a player like Embiid in front of Maxey. They are the number 1 option on their team.
Okay, I get that
And
logic.
I think when Maxey becomes that player who takes that leading role, he'll be so much better.
I can see it. For me, it's just I'm just thinking of like times where like the whole where you have like 2 alpha guys who are like equally as talented. It's pretty rare that you see like a peaceful transition of power. You know, like usually they end up breaking up just because like egos get in the way. Like Shaq and Kobe, for example, LeBron and Kyrie. I feel like one of the only times where it's worked really well was with like Magic and Kareem, and that's like a rare instance. So I mean, if they can keep it together, then I can definitely see something like that happening. Because Maxi, he's supremely talented. He's averaging 26 right now. He's 23 years old, probably an all-star this. He should be definitely an all-star this season. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's just it's hard for me to. Well, obviously, here's the thing: he's never going to win an MVP because Wemby's going to win the next 8. But if Wembanyama didn't exist, then maybe he'd have a shot. But yeah, he can be in the conversation.
Yeah, that too. Like I would never see Maxi being in MVP conversations over Wemby. Like if the Spurs are competitive at all, like he's going to be by far like
Yeah, at
above
first I
him.
had written down the whole win MVP, but then I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, dude, there's no way. That's kind of crazy. Like, I love Tyrese Maxey, but there's too much talent in this league, which I'd rather have than him.
Yeah, it sounds obvious to say, but like MVP is so hard to win. Like look at all the greats that never won MVP, like Dwayne Wade, like people like that. It's a tough award, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into it. You kind of just the stars have to align in a way.
They do.
Okay. My next take is I think the Cavs 100% need to trade Jared Allen. Now, this isn't me hating on Jared Allen at all. And like he doesn't like make them lose more basketball games. He's a great player, amazing defender. I think he's evolved decently well enough on offense for 2 reasons. First of all, if they want to keep Donovan Mitchell, they need to add something because like he's going to New York, man. If Cleveland stays mediocre, he has no real reason to stay there. I don't think with this current team, I think like the Knicks have surpassed them, the Sixers have surpassed them. They still have to worry about the Heat, Bucks, and Celtics. So I think trying to revamp your team, you can get a lot for Allen, man, if you really want to keep Mitchell. And also, I think Allen being on the team is low key kind of gatekeeping Mobley, especially offensively. Like their spacing isn't really that much of an issue when you have Garland and Mitchell at your point guard, but like Evan Mobley offensively, I think is going to be stunted a lot if Allen stays on the team. And I think Mobley's just a natural 5. I don't really like him at the 4 that much. So I just think there's a lot of benefits that would come to the Cavs from getting rid of Allen.
I like it.
Yeah, honestly, I agree wholeheartedly. I've kind of noticed that throughout the season. Like Mobley, they've kind of just they're basically playing him at the 5, but not really again because Jared Allen's there. They're kind of giving him a taste. Like you just need to give Mobley the whole load. I feel like in order for Mobley to really take that next step and evolve into the player that he needs to be. And then, yeah, like you said, this team with this current like roster, like their whole makeup right now, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna get much better, if at all. So they got to make a move.
No, I agree with that. I wouldn't say if I necessarily call that a hot take, Ed. This is just something I wholeheartedly agree with, like what Johan said. This is like something they need to do. I don't think that double center idea really works with Mobley not being an amazing 3-point shooter and Jared Allen not being able to stretch the floor at all. I think this is something you really, really have to do. The double big man only works if one of them is a good to an elite 3-point shooter, which none of them are. So I think this is something that you need to like move on from unless Mobley develops a 3-pointer. I'm not saying that's out of the realm of possibility. If it does, I think this team could still work out. But like you said, I think Jared Allen's super talented and they can get a lot of good guys for him. If I'm Cleveland, I'm looking for a wing, to be honest, like a really good defensive wing, but I don't know who that player would be and if they're available on the market.
Yeah. Also, like, I just like all the hype around Wemby and Chet, like these, like, I feel like Mobley was like the first of that kind, like the kind of new unicorn wave, but everyone forgot about him because he's kind of just like in a back seat to everyone, taking a back seat to everyone.
Oh, I agree.
All right, let's last round of hot takes, guys.
All right. I don't know if this last take is as hot as my second one, but this is kind of something that I feel pretty confident about. And I think that Jason Tatum will not win a championship with the Boston Celtics.
What do you
And
mean
that
with
is-
the Boston Celtics? Do you think he's gonna leave, or is that what you're insinuating?
yeah, I'm insinuating that I think he's a talented enough player to do it. I just don't think if he ever wins one, it's going to be with this team. And my
What
reason
makes you
for
say
that,
Okay.
my reason for that is I just think there's been so many opportunities at this point. They've been in championship contention talks literally since 2018 when he was a rookie. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals that year. They should have beat the Cavs without Kyrie, and they didn't. Labrados just 1v10 to that entire team in Game 7. They lost, I believe, to Miami in 2020 in the bubble. I think they should have won that series as well. I think
Yeah.
in my opinion, their chance, their absolute best chance, and the best chance they'll ever get to win a championship was in 2022 against the Warriors. That team, in my opinion, that Warriors team was not that good. I think it's easily the weakest or tied for the weakest with 2015 out of all the Warriors championship teams. You have an aging Steph Curry. You have an already washed Draymond Green. You have an already pretty much washed Klay Thompson. You had some good supporting pieces around there, but at the end of the day, that team was like, it was just not a good team compared to what they once were. The Boston Celtics were betting favorites on all accounts going into that series. And Tatum just put up a stinker. Like Andrew Wiggins completely locked him up, and he could not find a way to mitigate that. Like obviously you have to credit the defense where it's due, but you have to find a way to be effective without scoring the ball, if that makes sense. Like I think just because like he's already proven to me like he's lost so many times where he should have won that I just don't think it's gonna happen with this team. Unless they do it this year. That's my one caveat. I think this year, if they don't win it, then he's absolutely cooked with the Celtics.
I could agree with that.
And dude, last year, man, like you didn't even mention last year, man. They went down 0-3 to the Heat and then came back to win 3 in a row. Like that was embarrassing. That was
100%.
embarrassing.
An 8 seed in the Eastern Conference Finals, you go down 0-3, like that's just unacceptable. And then you end up losing the series anyways. Like to me, that just shows like just a lack of, I guess, killer instinct. Like I hate that term, but really that's all it is. Like you have the talent, you have the pieces. You like the coaching isn't too bad. Obviously, Spoelstra is like a far superior coach to Missoula or whoever the fuck is coaching them now. Is it Missoula still?
Yeah,
it's Missoula.
Yeah, it was Udoka
Yeah,
back then. So I mean,
Yeah,
the coaching department isn't the strongest, but it's not like you're being coached by fucking like
Jim Boylan.
like Jim Boylan or something. Like, bro, you have everything you need to win. You just need to actually go out there and make it happen. So yeah.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with you saying like if he doesn't win it this season, he's absolutely cooked. This is the most talented Celtics roster I have seen in such a long time. Like your starting five is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. I don't see how you do not win it this year. I think you are undisputedly the best team in the Eastern Conference if we're talking straight up like talent wise. I don't think there's no reason for you guys to lose. Unless like they go down with injury, which I really hope they don't. I want to see, fully healthy playoffs and fully healthy season, but if anything doesn't happen to them, they should be like the favorites to make it to the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Embiid right now deservedly catches a lot of flack for being like a playoff choker. In my opinion, if Jason Tatum doesn't at least make the finals with this team, then I think he should deserve the same, if not more of that. Like he's also putting up stinkers when it matters. And he has a far better team. So if he doesn't win, dude, like there's just no more excuses.
I agree with that.
Nah. Personally, I'm taking the Bucks to beat them in a 7-game series still. Like my only thing is like it's just hard for me to see him leaving Boston. He just seems like the franchise guy. I would definitely see Brown leaving Boston before Tatum, but like I get the whole winning and losing part. Like he's had so many opportunities, that team.
Hey man, you know how he rides for Kobe, like I ride for Wemby. He might go to LA. Like we don't know.
That'd be the lamest shit ever.
I don't want to see that at all, dude. That'd be so sad.
Yeah, the
I'd be
Clippers
actually kind of pissed if that happened. All right, I think I'm gonna
That's
start
a
with
pretty
my
spicy
take.
take, though.
I give that take a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
I give that a 9 out of 10.
I agree.
I think my take is kind of gonna get kind of crazy here because you guys were just talking about this guy not too long ago, about how you guys think he's the best player in that draft class. My hot take is about Cade Cunningham, and I think he is the current Michael Carter Williams. I think this is the guy. Again, this is something that I don't believe in. I'm just saying I could see this being the case. It's a very, very real possibility. If we're talking about a guy like Michael Carter Williams, he put up amazing stats on a goddamn awful team. We're talking about the horrible 76ers, the process years, and he won Rookie of the Year, man. He won Rookie of the Year, and ever since then, it was just downhill from there. I think Cade Cunningham has been on horrendous rosters with nobody else to give the ball to, that he's the ones taking the shots. Everyone knows the Pistons are terrible. They're not going to play super hard defense. They're not playing their stars against them. I think Cade Cunningham literally has gotten so easy where he is just literally giving the ball, get the fuck out of the way type deal, And I think he could be that player. I'm not saying he is, because if he was, I think they would be able to win a couple more games, Not just 2 or 3 for the entire season so far. I'm talking like at least 7 or 8.
Yeah.
You
I
go
mean,
first, Johan.
I personally don't agree, but I can see where you're coming from because when you really think about it, I think the Detroit Pistons shouldn't be as bad as they are. Like they're literally on pace to be the worst team in NBA history. But when you look at the roster, it's made up of like all young guys who were supposed to be good players in the NBA. They have a lot of like lottery drafted players, just like really talented people. And for some reason, they just can't put it together. And, you could blame it on the coaching. Monty Williams, probably is not doing a good job. But at the same time, like, is it Monty? Is it Cade? Is it the team? I think it could be a little bit of everything. But me personally, I think we need to see Cade, actually get some good teammates first, get a good team, and then we'll go from there.
Ed, what do
Um,
you think?
I refuse to blame Cade for what's going on. Just like until the Pistons get their shit together, because like clearly something is wrong internally. I don't really think it's coaching because like Monty Williams has proven to be a decent coach. Like Johan said, they have some nice young talent. They literally don't know how to play basketball together. And I'm not gonna blame Cade for that. And like I've had so much faith in Cade, like coming out of college and stuff. I always thought of him as like a mini Luca, and I just think he's far more talented than Carter Williams ever was.
Again, I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's gonna end up like Michael Carter Williams, but I'm saying like the story asks where a guy that comes out of the gate has so much opportunity to do whatever he wants. I'm talking about that type of story. Obviously, Michael Carter Williams, end up as like deep role players on really like bad team type deals, but I'm not saying that's gonna be Cade, but I'm saying that type of story where he's putting up really high numbers and it becomes kind of not a role player, but not one of the greatest players that we've seen and kind of expect out of Cade. That's my hot take towards him. And like Michael Carter Williams was like one of the names that popped in my mind. Like similar point guard that was known for really passing the ball, was pretty decent at defense, kind of a similar build and similar height. I thought of them together.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'll say about Cade is I think he needs to definitely work on his 3-point shooting. He's not like horrendous, but he's not good right now. He's shooting 33.5% from three. I think as a leading guard on like any sort of team with playoff aspirations, you have to be able to shoot the ball. It's just the way the game is nowadays. So I see it, but again, I think he'll be fine. I think that's a pretty hot take. That's probably our hottest take so far. Like just the comparison to Michael Porter Williams, like that's just
That's
foul,
so
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, like no
Hey,
disrespect to Cade.
Screw the Pistons, though, man. Screw the Pistons.
They don't know how to rebuild a team, man. They've been in the rebuild mode for what, 20 years, and absolutely no progress has been made.
And they are terrible drafters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So last take of the video. I think Trae Young, within the next 2 or 3 years, will either be traded to the Nets, Spurs, or Magic. He'll be on one of those 3 teams in the next 3 years. The Hawks. I always put so much faith in this team, especially this year. I thought they're gonna be nice with the new coach from the Jazz. Even if they trade DeJounte Murray, like what are you gonna get back for him? You're gonna get picks back for him. You're not gonna get some really nice player that could help you win more games. I don't know why Capella is still on this team. They just refuse to make moves, big moves to build around Trae. And dude, I thought about it, dude. The Hawks are in the same exact bracket as the Bulls, man. They're stuck in no man's land. They are mid. The only thing they have over us is they have Trae Young. Like they have a really promising young guy, but I don't see them being able to build a contender around Trae Young in Atlanta. I think he has to go somewhere in order to compete. I like those 3 options the best, I think. They're most realistic.
Besides the Spurs, Johan, what's your preferred team for Trae Young?
Besides the Spurs, so
Yeah.
you said Magic, Spurs, and what was the last team?
Nets,
Brooklyn.
but you can throw any team on you want.
I haven't really thought about it because I really want to see the dropped lollipop on the Spurs. I think they'd be such a fantastic pick and roll duo.
That'd be so
That would be a
funny.
lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
But I think, dude, I don't know why I just forgot what you Spurs, Nets, and Magic. You said Magic.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun on the Magic. Magic, I mean, they got a good team. Like they're playoff team right now. They got Paolo, they got Franz. They need a
They
guard.
need a point guard.
Yeah, that would be a sick team. So I'm cool with seeing them on the Magic.
I like it. I like Brooklyn a lot, to be honest. I like the idea of Brooklyn. I can totally see him for some reason playing alongside Mikal Bridges. It just seems like the perfect type of player you want to be playing alongside Trae Young is like a guy that can make up for his defense, a guy that doesn't need the ball in his hands a lot and does a lot on the court. And, everyone thought that DeJounte is going to be that answer, like, another leading guard that can kind of make up for Trae's, defensive liabilities. But, this is another guy that required a lot of the ball in his hands, who was, a distributor. And, they kind of hurt each other's games sometimes. I think Mikal is like one of the best fits you can possibly ever get for Trae Young.
For sure.
Low-key, yeah, now that you brought it up, I think he would be better on the Nets because Paolo is honestly a cone too. Like if you watch him play, this dude doesn't really play defense either. That'd be an atrocious defensive starting lineup. So
And it would be fun to watch too, because like Nicholas Claxton kind of fits like that Clint Capella type build, a guy that's a run and gun who can catch lobs, athletic guy. It's something I feel like Trae Young can have a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, and they have plenty of picks to get him. Like you trade Cam Thomas and like another player and a shit ton of picks. Like that's enough for Trae Young, bro.
yeah, I like it. Hot take, but like also a good take. I agree with it personally. I think the Hawks are. What happened? Honestly, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals like 2021, right? And then
Luck.
it's kind of just
Absolute
been
fucking
downward
luck.
from there. Who do they play
It's luck.
in the first 2 rounds? I know they played the Sixers in the second round.
They played the Knicks first round.
Oh yeah, shitters.
Yeah, they played the Knicks and then they played Ben Simmons-less 76ers.
Yes, yeah, that's luck.
Literally, Ben Simmons' entire career died when he played the Atlanta Hawks. Like literally, that
That's
man
true. That was the end.
broke.
That
Like,
one
I-
play.
Like not even that one play on. You don't understand that's how mad that series makes me. We've had I think 2 more games to win that game where they just fouled Ben Simmons and he couldn't make free throws and they caught up. Like that is ridiculous, man. You are up. You are an NBA player that cannot shoot free throws. I'm sorry. I'm kind of going on a tangent here. This video is not about Ben Simmons. The take was not about Ben Simmons, but god damn, man. That
I feel-
series
I feel
pisses
you,
me
right?
off.
It's despicable how he can't shoot a jumper.
I saw him do the MJ shrug once after he hit 2 free throws in a row. I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that's your job, bro. Like, it's the bare minimum. Why are you shrugging?
And I remember he ended his 3-point drought against like the Shanghai Tigers
I
in
watched
the
that.
preseason.
Yeah.
Everyone was going like crazy. And then he
Everyone was
never did.
crazy, bro. I was dying laughing watching that clip, bro. He makes like it was a deep 3 too. It was a good 5 feet behind the line. He just like what's screwed. He pulls up. Everyone on the Sixers bench just comes running towards him, bro. And I'm
Shanghai
like, you guys are
Tigers,
playing
dude.
the Sharks, bro. Relax.
It's like a Make-A-Wish kid scoring a basket. Like, that's embarrassing, honestly.
Oh my god. All right, though. I think I think the hottest take, that Boston one was pretty hot. What do you guys
I
think?
actually like the Tatum take a lot. I like the Tatum take a lot.
I think that's my hottest take. Is the Tatum take.
Mo, what was your last one again? You said Maxey.
Michael Carter Williams.
Oh,
Oh
the
no, it was the
yeah.
Michael Carter Williams. It was Tyrese Maxey winning a scoring title and being an MVP conversation, and Embiid being the top 15. That was my 3 hot takes.
Yeah, I think Michael Carter Williams. If I can't, yeah, I think my Tatum take was probably the hottest too. But like the Michael Carter Williams ones that's crazy.
I told you before the video, man. It's not something I believe in, but it's something I could see being a possibility.
That'd be so tragic.
It would be.
All right, though. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is super fun to make. We'll come up with some more hot takes in the future. We'll make a similar video like this. Make sure to check out the shorts and the TikTok, and we'll catch y'all.
Peace.
Peace.